evening and welcome to Newswatch on Wednesday, the 16th day of December 2020. Thank you for choosing Hope TV, where you look and live. My name is Teresia Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Let us get started. Now, embattled Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has dismissed charges leveled against him, terming them flimsy, inaccurate and witch hunt, and therefore dead on arrival. Sonko appeared before the Senate plenary through lawyer Harrison Kinyanjui, where he pleaded with the senators to throw away the case, adding that it does not meet the threshold of removing him from office. Sonko was required to appear before the House after Senate Speaker Ken Lusaka gazetted 16th December and Thursday 17th December 2020 at 9 a.m. as days for special sittings at the Senate to investigate his impeachment by the County Assembly of Nairobi. Nikens Luvanda brings us this report.
Tuesday, December 16th, was the first of the 2 days set for the trial of embattled Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko, who was impeached on the 3rd of December by 88 out of 122 members of the County Assembly of Nairobi. The governor, who was elected on a Jubilee Party ticket in the 2017 general elections through lawyer Harrison Kinyanjui, accused the Assembly of allowing to be incited by external forces whose aim is to derail development in the county.
If any of you were to ask the advocates or any of the witnesses of the County Assembly, did you furnish the governor with the evidence you are tabling before us, honorable members? The answer will be fumbling. But if you ask them, isn't it so that Standing Order number 72, sub 2, says that you should provide the governor with the evidence at least 3 days before the debate on the motion? Honorable members, you will find no evidence.
Sonko's censure motion was moved by the Nairobi County Assembly Minority Leader Michael Ogeda, who cited abuse of office, gross misconduct, and lack of physical and mental capacity to run county affairs, as well as refusal to sign for funds allocated to the Nairobi Metropolitan Services as some of the reasons as to why the governor ought to be ejected from office.
In our proceedings, Mr. Speaker, sir, it shall marvel you when we present evidence, overwhelming evidence, to the fact that the governor is not fit to continue holding this office.
Despite being represented, Sonko also presented himself before the special Senate sitting, accompanied by 57 MCAs, who claimed the Assembly staff illegally cast votes on their behalf as they were away in Kwale for a retreat.
As at the time of invitation, and as at the time the governor was required to respond, the only material that he had was the notice of motion. As
MCAs who want him out gave the Senate reasons as to why the ouster motions against the county boss should be ratified, Sonko argued that 90% of the charges leveled against him are matters pending in various courts for adjudication, and pleaded with the Senate to stop the hearing as it violates the doctrine of the separation of powers. He told the House that he will not defend himself on allegations of violation of national laws or his refusal to assent to the Appropriations Act, saying it will amount to sub judice. The MCAs were being represented by lead lawyer Ndegwa Njiru, arguing that the governor has failed the leadership and integrity tests and brought disrepute to the office of the governor.
When somebody assumes an office, and that of the status of the governor, that person must conduct and behavior, either in public or in private, must be beyond reproach. It must be a conduct that squares out with that of the sister's wife. But what are we having? We are having a case of a governor gone rogue.
Order, Senators.
The hearing of the impeachment case continues on Wednesday, December 17th. Deacon Sulvanda, Hope TV Newswatch.
Faisal Beida is now the new Msambweni MP-elect after emerging the winner in the Msambweni constituency parliamentary by-election race that attracted interest of national leaders, Deputy President William Ruto and ODM party leader Raila Odinga. Faisal managed to get 15,251 votes, beating his close opponent from ODM, Omar Boga, who secured 10,444 votes from all the 129 polling stations. At the same time, Kevin Ochieng of Jubilee Party has won in the Kahawa Wendani by-election that was held on Tuesday after he secured 823 votes against his nearest rival, Bernard Kariuki, who managed 641 votes. Mark Kimondo brings us this report.
After 7 months of campaigns amid COVID-19 pandemic, Faisal Beida, an independent candidate, secured victory in the hotly contested Msambweni by-election, trouncing his close opponent ODM's Omar Boga. Faisal garnered 15,251 votes, followed by Boga, who had 10,444 votes. In that place was Wiper's Abdurrahman Sheikh, who managed to get 790 votes from all the 129 polling stations. Other candidates were Marere Wamwachai from the National Vision Party with 300 votes, followed by Hamisi Mwakaonje with 230 votes, Charles Bambo Bilali, an independent candidate with 135, Ali Hassan Mwakulonda from the Party of Economic Development with 107 votes, Mansuri Kumaka Abdul Rahman with 38, and lastly Charlotte Kenya Onyango with 18. The night-long vote tallying exercise came to an end at the wee hours of Wednesday, with Beida leading in most polling stations. Through a tweet, Deputy President William Ruto has applauded the Msambweni MP-elect Faisal Beida following his triumph in the by-election that experienced a low turnout. Speaking from Sambweni County, Faisal said that he will serve residents as he promised during the campaign period. The by-election, which arose following the death of Suleiman Dori in March this year, attracted a political battle between Deputy President William Ruto, who has always supported Faisal, and ODM leader Raila Odinga, who has been on the back of Omar Boga.
Nimechukua nafasi hii congratulate Mheshimiwa Faisal kwa kushinda uchaguzi wa Msambweni, na namtakia kila laheri kwa kazi hii. Yeye ndio mbunge wetu kwa sasa, na pia nataka kuwashukuru wale waliopigia kura mimi, karibu watu 10,500, na wale ambao pia walimpigia Mheshimiwa Faisal kwa zile juhudi na nguvu walizoweka katika kampeni na kutupigia kura. Democracy ilifanyika mzuri. Kulikuwa na issues ndogo ndogo, lakini sisi lengo letu ni kuendeleza Msambweni. Kwa hivyo nataka kuchukua nafasi hii pia kushukuru chama changu cha ODM and the party leader pamoja na deputy party leader pamoja na SG kwa support yao.
According to IEBC, less than 50% of the 69,003 registered voters came out to vote, which is equivalent to 39.58%, which is 27,313 voters, with the one-day exercise being marred by a number of setbacks ranging from the arrest of politicians and agents, voter bribery allegations, and missing names in the voter register.
Ni lazima ya kwamba wajue walikula kiapo, sio kwa sababu ya kuprotect Joho. Walikula kiapo kuprotect the constitution na wananchi wake. Sio kwamba eti walikula kiapo kuprotect Joho.
In other elections held in the country, Kelvin Ochieng of Jubilee Party won in the Kahawa Wendani by-election that was held on Tuesday. Ochieng secured 823 votes against his nearest rival, Bernard Kariuki, who managed 641 votes in the fiercely contested by-election that saw two governors campaign for various candidates. Simon Wanyoike of the New Democrats Party was declared the duly elected county board representative for Lakeview after he garnered 1,451 votes, beating the Jubilee aspirant George Njoroge Madhu of Jubilee. Mark Kimon for Hope TV.
The Orange Democratic Movement ODM party narrowly won Tuesday's by-election in the Boso ward of Kilifi County. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC declared the party candidate Dickson Karani Yah the duly elected Daboso County Assembly ward representative in the tight race that resulted from the nullification of Emmanuel Changawa's victory in the 2017 elections. Karani garnered 2,499 votes, while Changawa, who sought re-election on a Movement for Democracy and Growth MDG party ticket, got 2,361 votes, a difference of only 138 votes. Peter Baraka Ngome, the Kadu Asili candidate who pulled out of the race at the 11th hour, garnered only 16 votes in the by-election that was marred by a low voter turnout and claims of bribery and intimidation.
Na kwanza leo ni siku ya furaha kwangu ambayo siwezi kukosesha kuonyesha furaha yangu. Nataka nishukuru sana Mungu kwanza kwa sababu kila kitu bila uwezo wa Mungu hakiwezekani. Kwa hiyo najua imechukua muda mrefu. Tulikuwa tunasema ni kama ambaye itakuwa, kama ambaye haitakuwa, lakini mwisho imekuwa. Nataka sana nishukuru wanadabaso kwa kunichagua niwe kiongozi wao. Na kitu ambacho nataka niwahakikishie wanadabaso, ile miradi yote ambayo ilikuwa imeanzishwa na Mheshimiwa Changawa, mimi nitaiomba na niifanye na niimalize vizuri ili mwanadabaso asiwe amekosa maendeleo kwa sababu ya kubadilisha uongozi.
Then hatuhitaji uchaguzi, pengine viongozi wa kisiasa afadhali kuna watu ambao watawateua mbali na raia kupiga kura ili kuchagua viongozi. Haina maana. Nimepigwa kiasi ya watu wanataka kutoa visu ili kunijeru. Nasema usalama wangu hauko sawa pamoja na jamii yangu.
Yasikia kama kuna mtu amearestiwa because they were terrorizing almost everyone. If we were stopped on the road, so you can imagine the common mwananchi atafanywa nini.
The National Cohesion and Integration Commission, NCIC, has summoned Malindi Member of Parliament Aisha Jumwa and ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, asking them to appear before the commission on the 21st and 22nd of December 2020. NCIC Secretary Dr. Skita Mbogwa asked Jumwa to appear before the commission on the 22nd, while Sifuna is required to appear before the commission on the 21st over alleged reckless utterances. Sifuna is alleged to have made hateful utterances on December 11th during the by-election campaigns in Msambweni, Kwale County, while Jumwa is also accused of uttering similar utterances purported to have been made in response to Sifuna, with NCIC saying that such utterances might affect harmonious coexistence between the communities living in Kwale. The two are required to appear in person, failure to which further action will be taken against them. Now, former Machakos Senator Johnson Muthama has been released from police custody following his arrest in Diani as Msambweni residents were electing their next member of parliament in Tuesday's by-election. Muthama, who was arrested over disturbance in a by-election, was released on 30,000 Kenya shillings cash bail after spending the night at Mombasa Port Police Station, where he was held. Belgut MP Nelson Koech, who had been arrested alongside Muthama, was also released at the station after spending the night in police custody, with the two saying they were never given reasons for their arrests, nor did they record statements. After their release, they joined their Tanga brigade led by former Senator Hassan Omar, after which they addressed the press, where they slammed those behind the BBI, saying Fiscal Bada's Msambweni win means Kenyans are not supporting the BBI.
sisi wote ni wa Kenya, hakuna mwingine anacheza mpira. We are not supporters this country. Na hiyo ndio kitu tunataka tuambia wasikie vizuri. Na hii safari tumeanza sio msaa, ni lazima tukiuze siasa za Kenya kwa hali na mali.
Hii siasa ililenga kura za mwaka 2022. Na mtoto wa kwanza kuzaliwa kati ya matukio haya ya upinzani mkali ilikuwa ni wakati huu wa kiti cha Msambweni. Na ninafurahi kwamba tumekichukua tukadhihirisha ulimwengu kwamba katika taifa letu la Kenya kuna joko mmoja tu ambaye akiwika miti yote inatetemeka. Na huyo ni Mheshimiwa William Samoei.
On COVID-19 numbers today, 394 people tested positive for the virus from a sample size of 5,752 tested in the last 24 hours. This brings to 92,853 the number of confirmed positive cases in the country, and the cumulative tests are at 984,435. From the cases, 367 are Kenyans, while 27 are foreigners. 424 patients have recovered from the disease, 303 from the home-based care program, while 121 have been discharged from various hospitals. Total recoveries now stand at 74,403. Sadly, 10 patients have succumbed to the disease, bringing the cumulative fatalities to 1,614. The distribution of the cases by counties top 10 is as follows. Now, 4 Kenyan students aged between 9 and 21 have been celebrated after participating in a competition dubbed Israeli Yangu that encourages talented students to share their understanding of Israel based on specific biblical verses. Speaking during the brief ceremony held at the Israeli embassy in Nairobi, Israeli ambassador to Kenya, Oded Joseph, said Kenya and Israel will continue to partner in many other aspects while appreciating the young, talented Kenyans. At the same time, CITAM's head of media, Henry Mahugu, called for more collaboration between the Israeli embassy and Hope Media, even as Kenya and Israeli deepen ties. The program is an initiative of Erase Africa in partnership with Hope Media. This year, 70 essay submissions were received from children aged 9 to 21 years.
Well done, Anne. Thank you. Very nice.
With your essays, you have lightened up this Jewish culture. And most important, you have lightened up the friendship between the people of Israel and the people of Kenya. There's nothing more powerful than young people like yourselves who are writing and learning and researching about Israel.
From next year, we set it, maybe we do it quarterly, so that you're also qualified to join in the future ones, even if you're doing it every quarterly. Why? Because you're also sharpening your cutting edge in terms of essay writing. And finally, that's how we make authors of books.
Let us now take our first commercial break on News Watch. We have much more coming up, including the Matungu by-election. Don't go too far.
What comes to your mind when you think of the perfect home for your family? Is it the beauty, the comfort, the security, the convenience, or even the affordability? Victory Gardens offers exactly that and much more. It is just 10 minutes drive from Kitengela town and 3.8 kilometers off the tarmac. This gated community project comes with solar street lighting, Maram roads, beautiful trees, 24-hour security, and water connected to every plot. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
A little more than 50 years ago, a group of cooperators came together to plant a seed. From these strong roots and with God's blessings, that seed today is a strong big tree. The Cooperative Bank has grown to serve not only the needs of the cooperative movement, but also by helping unlock new and creative opportunities. Today, the Kingdom Bank enables the development, growth, and prosperity of a rich diversity of Kenyans in all their aspirations across the beautiful landscape of our great nation and beyond. Through innovative products, harnessing new technologies, and striving to meet and exceed the needs of our customers in a fast-changing world. And even though we now serve the needs of more than just the cooperative movement, we take a lot of pride in our roots. We are the Cooperative Bank. We are you.
Are you planning the most important day of your life? Paradox Systems Limited offers you exclusive and cost-friendly wedding packages featuring the following executive services. Executive chauffeur-driven services, fuel-inclusive rates, free man guarding services for 5 hired vehicles, motorbike police escort, customized number plates, wedding decor and car decorations. We also provide prime wedding venue consultations and live band performances. For enquiries and bookings, contact us on 0708 292989 or email us on infoparadoxlimited@yahoo.com or visit us at 3rd floor Parklands Plaza in Westlands.
Welcome back. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, has set March 4th, 2021 as the date for the Matungu constituency by-election. IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati, in a statement, also said by-elections will be held in 5 wards. The Matungu member of the National Assembly seat was left vacant following the death of Justice Murunga last month. The ward by-elections will be held in Huruma Ward, Uasin Gishu, Hells Gate Ward, Nakuru, London Ward, Nakuru, Kiamokoma Ward, Kisii, and Kitise Kithuku Ward, Makueni. However, according to the IEBC Acting Chief Executive Marjan Hussein, the Matungu mini poll as well as the by-elections in the 5 wards will likely happen on the same day as those of the Machakos Senatorial and Kabuchai member of National Assembly seats. IEBC is only awaiting the declaration of vacancies in the said seats following the death of Machakos Senator Boniface Kabaka and Kabuchai MP James Mukwe Lusweti, who both passed on this December. Now, nurses and clinical officers in Siaya County have vowed to keep off public health facilities as the ongoing medical staff strike entered day 10. The health workers, led by the National Deputy Secretary General of the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, Austin Odur, Kenya National Union of Nurses Siaya Branch, Sylvester Ocheng, and his KUCO Siaya Branch counterpart, Kennedy Opio, said they were prepared to go on strike indefinitely to push for their rights as front-line workers. Addressing the media outside Siaya County Referral Hospital, the workers accused both the counties and national governments of downplaying their demands.
If somebody, a nurse and a CEO, these are the people who see the patients, 90% of the patients falls on their hands. Those are our colleagues which I might not be able to mention now. They will see those patients after I've called them. And if I see 10 patients, to them they can only see 1 patient. So what is the ratio of the risk? It means that I'm exposed to a risk 90%. To him, he's exposed 10%. It therefore means that when we talk about a harmonious risk allowance, then who deserves it if it is not a nurse or a clinical officer? This is what we are saying, that the government must be able to listen.
It is ironical that the services that we are offering as clinical officers, as nurses, we are not able to get those services when we really need them as patients. So that trend has to be reversed. We also want to have a group life insurance so that all our members who have been exposed to COVID and in the sad event that they die, their families are not left with as paupers. Their families have to be compensated something to make them move forward.
We are doing our 10th day, and we are not seeing anything tangible. That is why I'm urging our colleagues that we are not, the reggae is not stopping. We are continuing with this, and you can see some placards here written that BBI can wait. That money that is being set aside for BBI should be released to pay us our enhanced risk allowance.
And Meru Governor Kiraitu Murungi has indicated that the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital will be elevated to a level 6 facility offering very highly specialized treatment. The governor lauded a strategic plan for the year 2020 to 2024 for the hospital, where he said that Meru Vision 2040 envisions Meru County as a regional hub for medical care with a high level of quality medical facilities, offering specialized treatment for medical conditions currently being treated outside the country.
For the first time, we have a functional renal and ICU unit. We have also introduced an oncology unit, which include diagnostic and treatment center and a high-capacity oxygen plant. We are also constructing a ultramodern 300-bed capacity ward, and that one is almost complete. We are also designing a cancer center and a blood bank to support blood and blood component services for the county. We are also improving our level 4 facilities across the county to decongest the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital so that we can make it a truly specialized referral hospital. With the help of the County Assembly of Meru, we have enacted the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital Act. This is a new law setting the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital as a body corporate, as a parastatal, to ensure provision of specialized and quality health care to the people of Meru. So this separates Meru of 5 hospitals from all other health facilities in the county so that there can be more focus in giving specialized services to our people.
The National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, has called on road users to observe road safety, especially while using unfamiliar routes, to avert accidents during this festive season. Speaking in Ol Kalou town during the Smart Driving Center registration, NTSA Head of Communication Dido Guyato said the authority was anticipating more vehicles on the roads as a result of increased traveling during the festive season, hence the need for road users to be cautious while using the roads. She regretted that fatalities have hit 5.4%, with a high number being reported among motorists. While announcing a nationwide crackdown to weed out rogue drivers, Guyato said there is need for road users to attend refresher courses, know the basic of road safety and familiarize themselves with the roads.
Leseni utaipata na shilingi 350. Na wanaotoka mbali tumewarahisishia kazi, ni kwa sababu huduma tumeileta hapa karibu na nyinyi. Tunaomba ya kwamba mkaweze kutokezea kwa wingi, mkawakaribisha marafiki yenu, na wale ambao hawajajua ya kwamba tuko hapa, tafadhali tunaomba muwafikishie ujumbe. Tuko hapa mpaka Ijumaa, na kila mtu ambaye atakuwa amepigwa picha, ambaye atakuwa amechukuliwa vidole zake, ataweza kupata hiyo leseni by Ijumaa.
We have approached a very critical period within our country. The festive seasons are here. We expect more travels among members of the public. Increased travel equals to more vehicles on the roads. We urge the public to be more vigilant as they engage in the festivities. As it is now, fatalities have hit 9.4%, with the highest fatalities being reported amongst the border category. We urge this specific category to be very, very careful. Attend school. Go back to the basics of road safety, engage your teachers learn that safety begins with you. For the motorists who will be plying the long routes, we encourage them to be familiar with the roads they've been taking. As you all know, people travel a year later. So the condition of the road a year ago is not the same as what it is now. So route familiarity is very, very important.
Apologies, fatalities have hit 9.4% and not 5.4%. Moving on, residents of Kanziko in Kitui South are counting losses and staring at starvation after a herd of over 40 elephants invaded their farms and destroyed crops. The Jumbos reportedly strayed from the Savo East Game Reserve, which borders the remote constituency. Aggrieved locals said the wild animals flattened their immature crops. Speaking during a remedy search meeting at Simisi Trading Center, Ilamba Assistant Chief Kalungo Ndivo said human-wildlife conflict is not a new thing in the area and accused the Kenya Wildlife Service of laxity.
Area hii yetu ya Kitubu tumesumbuliwa na ndovu miaka nyingi. Na watu wa KWS hakuna kitu wanateki. Kwa hivyo tunataka ndovu leo siondoke hapa. Hatutaki maneno mengine. Kando na hawa wanyama ndovu, pia kuna nyati. Juzi wakaua pasta hapa Ndilili. Kuna kijana pia aliuma kidole yake. Simba pia wanafahamia mali yetu, wanakula.
Tufanywe extension ya electric fence over 40 kilometers ili ziwe haziwezi rudi huko. Vile vile tungeulizia county government ianze kutumia hiyo game reserve. Iweke investors ili ndovu na wanyama wale wengine wawezi toka nje.
Internationally, Christmas will be celebrated differently in Germany as the government has put in place a hard lockdown, closing schools and non-essential businesses in an attempt to stop a sharp rise in COVID-19 infections. The measures will be in place until 10th January 2021. A household will only be allowed to host up to 4 close family members. The country reported another 952 deaths and 27,728 cases on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the EU chief said the first COVID vaccine will be authorized for sale. Will be authorized within a week. Newswatch takes another short break. Business and sports news is on the way, so keep it Hope TV.
Tunakuletea burudani safi kutoka wanamuziki wa nyimbo za sifa na ibada, mahojiano ya moja kwa moja na mafunzo ya hali ya juu.
Dhamira ya mtu ikifa anaweza fanya anything. Because kile kinanitofautisha na mbuzi ni dhamira.
There was this time niliambia Mungu, mimi samahani Mungu, lakini naona umenifanya mimi kuwa daraja. Sitaki.
Ni mahali pa uchipuzi na ulezi wa vipaji.
Mwimbaji anaweza itisha akitaka, lakini unajua hiyo ni sauti
hajanunua.
Hujanunua, hiyo ni umebarikiwa nayo. So hiyo unaweza mupeane aidha bure ama. Lakini hii pande nyingine sisi invest, ni investment ona.
Tunabeba mwili, lakini mimi sikujua hii ni maagano nafanya.
Ungana naye Mwalimu Shaban Brima kila Ijumaa saa 2 jioni na marudio kila Jumamosi saa 10 jioni.
Machozi ya furaha nishangaze baba, mashuhuda wangu watambua wewe ni Mungu.
Welcome back. And in business, Kenya Airways has launched its expanded Southern Africa operations that will see the airline fly cargo directly from Johannesburg to other counties in the region. Currently, all connections are done through its hub in Nairobi, and going forward, all cargo from Southern Africa will be delivered directly, resulting in shorter connecting times and speed to market. One of the unique selling propositions to its customers. The COVID-19 pandemic has had tremendous impact on the global aviation sector, with the International Air Transport Association, IATA, forecasting a net loss of $118 million in 2020 in what has been declared the worst year in aviation history. The expanded cargo operations will be one of the key instruments KQ Cargo will deploy to promote swift connectivity in the southern region countries that include Zambia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Malawi. Now, Equity Afya has opened 7 more medical centers, increasing its national footprint to 33 fully fledged outpatient medical centers. This year, a total of 22 new clinics have been established, signifying EGFF's commitment to offer increased access to quality healthcare in line with the government's Big Four agenda to offer affordable healthcare for all. According to Executive Director at Equity Group Foundation, Ruben Bindu, the move to open 7 new medical centers has been driven by the country's demand for increased access to quality healthcare services at affordable costs. The 7 new medical centers have been opened in Syokimau, Kitale, Kenol, Limuru, Karatina, and Nairobi Upper Hill and Langata areas. And the 400 acres of Phase 1 of the Konza Technopolis project has attracted over 40% uptake by investors. This comes at a time when the infrastructure currently being undertaken by the government is set to be completed by end of 2021. At the same time, the project's anchor investor, Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, will begin work in earnest in early 2021, following identification of a contractor and approval. The graduate school will focus on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. This was revealed on Wednesday morning during a networking breakfast organized by the Konza Technopolis Development Authority. The meeting brought together investors who have already signed up to take space within the Technopolis.
For us to build a world-class smart city, we need to leverage on strengths and competencies of various organizations in the public and also the private sector. It is with this recognition that the authority is working with various local and international partners to establish different facilities within the Technopolis. Key among them are hospitals, research facilities, schools, housing development, also recreation facilities. The Institute will provide research and development, which will be very key, a key driver in the knowledge economy that we seek to create. Additionally, Konza and the Dubai Multi-Commodity Center intends to explore the viability of a partnership to operationalize the Konza Special Economic Zone, provide an e-trade platform, and also develop a collaboration mechanism to attract business and enterprises in the Konza Technopolis. Ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to note that the project has realized more than 40% uptake so far from investors. This is an illustration of the confidence in the commitment of government has made in actualizing the project, and also the steady progress being witnessed in the development of the infrastructure.
Konza Technopolis is a smart city. That's the theme. For you to have a smart city, you have 2 things. You must have a smart infrastructure and development. But whether you have a smart infrastructure, if you don't have smart investors, then it's no point. So we're actually having smart investors and smart infrastructure to form a smart city. But within a smart city, you need one aspect. How do you track? How do you communicate
you must have a smart communication techniques or technology. This is what GS1 stands for.
I just see it as a great opportunity for Kenya to set a standard on the continent for a center where technology companies and technology skills for education right through to healthcare as well as development can all be in one single point and feed off each other. It's important that these sorts of centers are set up so that the skills can thrive as a community rather than be spread all over Kenya itself. So this initiative taken by the government some years ago is an excellent development.
In sports, Kenya national under-17 soccer team has this afternoon lost their last group game in the ongoing Sekafa Cup in Kigali, Rwanda. The Junior Stars have been thrashed 5-0 by defending champion Uganda at the Umugunga Station, Rubavu, pardon me. Elsewhere, the battle for the top spot in the English Premier League gets underway tonight at the Anfield as defending champions Liverpool host current league leaders Tottenham Spurs. That and more in our sports roundup with Joseph Maingi.
Kenya's national under-17 soccer team, the Junior Stars, hope to clinch this year's Sekafa Challenge title, has been dampened after they were hammered 5-0 by Uganda. Uganda went ahead on the 7th minute through Oscar Mawa before the skipper secured a hat-trick after scoring the second and the third goal for Uganda on the 50th and 54th minute respectively. Travis Mutiamba made it 4-0 for the Ugandan team on the 77th minute before Peter Gava solidified Uganda's win with 5 minutes to the stoppage time. Junior Stars played out to a 2-2 draw against Ethiopia in their first match. The Kenyan Chargers hope to qualify for the semis, now hangs in the balance, hoping that defending champions Uganda will be able to beat Ethiopia with more than 5 goals. In the various leagues across Europe tonight, Christmas will come early tonight in the Premier League for fans as defending champions host the current league leaders in a mouth-watering midweek showpiece as Liverpool welcome Tottenham Hotspurs to the Anfield with the two sides separate by only goal difference heading into this contest. Both will now be looking to bounce back from their underwhelming 1-1 draws at the weekend. In London, out for Arsenal will be looking to ease their pressure of the under-firing manager Mikel Arteta when they welcome high-flying Southampton to the Emirates Stadium, with the Gunners going into the 13th match of the campaign, sitting 15th in the table. In the King Power Stadium, Leicester welcomes Everton to the King Power Stadium, sitting just a point adrift from Premier League leaders Tottenham Hotspurs, with the Toffees remaining just 4 points adrift of their host after recording an impressive 1-0 away to Chelsea over the weekend. In Spain, a mouth-watering showdown between two giants of the Spanish game takes place tonight at the Camp Nou as Barcelona play host to Real Sociedad. In Italy, still undefeated in the league, and on the back of 4 consecutive wins, Serie A champions Juventus host improved Atalanta in Turin. Roland Moran's successful staffed Genoa welcomes unbeaten AC Milan as the league leaders seek to build up a late fight back which kept their defeat-free Serie A record intact. And finally, Scudetto chasing Inter Milan host a potential title rival Napoli in a mouth-watering midweek clash at the San Siro. That's your sports. I'm Joseph Maingi.
That's all we had for you on Newswatch tonight. Thank you for watching. My name is Teresia Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Have a good night and God bless you.